Yes, Chief. Unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
All right. You can hear me now?
Yes, clear.
Oh, you can hear me good, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. And so I was saying that today is the 25th of September, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
This is Chief Abundance. And so I am coming to you from the continent of Africa. It has been a long time since I have a stream yard. But as you can see, I am getting younger every day. You know, I have to stay fit for the vision of TACK. And so it gives me pleasure to be a part of this unique mission, this unique vision. The idea of a people coming together to rebuild the waste places, to repair the breach. Because that's what we're doing. We have suffered long. We have suffered long. And so today we'll be talking about another aspect of TACK. TACK is not only a coin that you buy, you put in your wallet, and you pray that it amounts to something. We are more than that. When you look at our mission, our vision, our theme, our philosophy, our charitable programs, school mass adoption, displaced children, orphanages, we're more than just a coin. And so we are now called upon to make our position be known, to make a decision and be sound for once. No one will do it for us. China did not come looking for handouts from the Carter Foundation. China did not run after the Bill Gates Foundation. China did not run after charity to build their institution. China made a decision and they were sound about it. 40 years ago, they could not feed themselves. One child policy, the one child China policy, whether you're married or single, not more than one child. Today, they can afford to live that policy because China had a long-term vision. Somebody took a position with a vision, and today, China is one of the world's super economic power, may I add. Economic power, creating millions every year. We are the majority that is ruled by a minority. As I said today, the majority, the minority is being supported by the wealth of the majority. And so we now call upon to make a decision and be sound. We can't afford to follow any path. As Buckminster Fuller said, do not try to change anything by fighting the existing reality. If you wish to change something, create a new model. A model that will make the existent reality, the system of the day, becomes obsolete. And I made the example of Bitcoin. That's what Bitcoin did. Bitcoin did not go and fight the World Bank, the IMF. No, Bitcoin did not go to your central bank. Bitcoin did not bend to your presidents, your prime minister, your senators, your representative. No. And so the Tiashans are now called upon to go to a place that no one have been. That's what we're asked to do. We are now asked to go to a place to visualize a vision that has never yet been accomplished by any race. We are now asked to do it in the era of this fourth industrial revolution, where the accumulation of wealth will make the dot-com bubble, the oil era, looks like child's play when it comes to wealth. And so I want to acknowledge our global youth ambassador, Otium Ondu. I don't know if I had that correct. Have mercy. You're
Yes,
welcome,
you're correct,
ambassador.
Chief. Thank you
I
very much, Chief.
now ask you to greet the house.
Yes, greetings everyone. Chief Abundance, it's good to be here. TACK is always going uphill, and those of us in TACK and those who have been watching my broadcast will understand that I always used to emphasize that it is a good time to be alive, and we are a chosen generation. And you can also see that for a long time, Chief Abundance have used StreamYard. This is because, true to his words, he said when TACK begins to catch fire, when TACK begins to catch roots, you will see less of him. So we are taking over, right? We are taking over the broadcast, and we are stepping into the gap. So thank you very much. It's good to be here. Mhm.
Yes, you're welcome. And so, this week, no, the week ends yesterday. And
Yeah.
so last week, I amplify, or we just been joined by our director of French Affairs, Mr. N4 Dudoni. You're welcome, sir.
Mhm.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you 5 on
Yeah,
5. Can
director.
you hear me?
Yeah, greet the house.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, all the Tiashan in the world. It is a privilege for me to be on this platform today. I want to appreciate Mr. Otium, Mr. Abundance, and all the executive in the TAC community. We
Thank you
are
very much. Mhm. Go ahead.
we are
Sorry, I
having
thought you were
we are
finished.
having a serious moment in history that we are writing again today. Mr. Abundance being the chief guiding us, and we can also relate to all of his audios and his transparency and a lot of good things that influence our lives. Thank you for being here, and we enjoy to have you all the time.
Mhm.
Thank you very much, Mr. N4, our Director of French Affairs. This, and I also asked the Tiashans who are listening, we are amplifying the reason why we were born. For a lot of us, it took extraordinary condition for us to be awakened. Today I was speaking to a senator, and he said to me, Mr. Abundance, every time I am in your presence, I am being magnified with your wisdom. He says that as I see things now, I see them differently. I do not know. He says, I don't know why it took him that long, he said, to see the things. But I told him that, and trust me, he is an educator. He has spent many years in the civil service system as a teacher, as a principal. He is a master's degree student. And so he's saying to Abundance, as I look at things, I am seeing them in a different light. I said, I tell you, this is not by education. You must have a spiritual awakening. It's a spiritual awakening. And so today we will be amplifying the vision and the road that we are now on. Everything is moved and driven by a vision. Without it, the scripts say a people, a community, a country, a region, a continent will perish. Show me a leader with vision. I know where he's going. Show me one without, and I also know where he's going, where the country is going, where the community is going. There are too many people are occupying leadership position without vision. This is the problem that we're having around the globe. People without vision in key position. And so, Prosperous Prince, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Oh, boy. It's been a while since I have not been on the forum. There's, and it seems like nothing is going on, but there's a lot of stuff is going on in the UK here. You know, we have to keep the fire burning. You know, we're not fall asleep yet. You know, and it's good for us to be out today so we can show the world that we're not sleeping. We are here. I get a lot of energy from Gabriel voice every day, and you know, and he's been feeding the nation and warning them to don't fall asleep, because and I also said we've seen so much stuff going on the forum and every day, and there's a lot of people that fall asleep. And my saying to everybody is that not because even if TACK was 1 penny, I would be still rejoicing, because at least it has not gone. There is something still there. So therefore, I don't want to fall asleep and only wake up when TACK is at 18,000. No. Well, we want to keep the fire burning same way, and we want to add more to our portfolio as we move along same way towards our victory, and that everybody will be able to one day look back at where we are coming from and then exercise their knowledge to grow as big as we can. That is the mission for TACK. 2023, it's going to be big. It's going to be huge.
The year of abundance. Remember, I've already labeled that year, the year of abundance. And so today, I want also the panelists to make their input, to give their suggestion. no one here has total control over the vision and the implementation of it. And so when we are looking now, we're looking at, a matter of fact, there are several countries in about 4 regions of Africa that have already identified lands that are available for TACK. And it seems now that there is a heightened interest. We have so many choices now, you know, beachfront. The lands are coming in left, right, and center. And so the negotiation has started where the lands, because that is your TACK first step, your first order to secure lands. Once you secure the lands, then we can talk about developing the said lands. And as I said before, that I'm now discussing 15 to 25,000 acres. 15 to 25,000 acres. Because at the end of the day, we have to have enough lands to be able to create the enabling environment for TACK to support a global initiative. When we say to the Tiashans, you are in Namibia, you are in Kenya, you are in Cameroon, you are in Nigeria, you are in Mali, you are in Togo. And when you are asked to look around in your community and see what we can import from TACK diaspora city, because at the end of the day, in my country of Antigua and Barbuda, I just quoted this morning that the Caribbean import over 62 billion, and most of those things are made in China. They're coming out of the US, they're coming out of Europe, they're coming out of all over. Nothing comes from Africa. And so we are the majority supporting a minority. It's time for us to turn that around. And so we have to be meaningful. For us to change our narrative, we can no longer swim on the surface. We can no longer behave like a ship without sail. We have to know ourselves. As Socrates says, man, know thyself. We have to know ourselves. Because if we don't know ourselves, if we don't know where we came from, as Marcus Garvey said, that we become like a tree without root. Can you imagine a tree without root? And so, you know, we can be behaving and we can be showing off as to where we live, how many degrees, the passport we carry. But at the end of the day, our color is not being respected anywhere because we are mostly impoverished people. We have the system. Everything that we're going to mention here today, it can be accomplished. And so we will create a city, an economic powerhouse that will rival any organization in the world. And charity begins at home. And so our first, the city is going to be self-sustained. There's no need to borrow. As I said, there will be enough money to lend the central banks, the World Bank, the IMF. There'll be no lack in that city, because you know what? Our contribution to the global economy outweighs all the other ethnic race combined. We are supporting the world, and Africa has more resources than the other world combined. We don't need no one to come to our rescue. It's here. And so we will have the city, the land will be owned and invested in TACK. And so when you're coming into the city to buy lands, it will be given to you under the umbrella of TACK. I said minimum 2 lots, but I should say maximum 2 lots for now, because we anticipate and we must cater for not only the people in the West, but you also will have the Africans from different countries who are coming to live in the city. Yes. Because we want that city to declare a crypto hub as well. Because we should be able in the city to spend TACK as you're spending fiat. So we will have fiat and we will have TACK equally alongside. Because we must put utility. That is how the appreciative value of TACK will rise when merchants are taking it. And so the policy within that city, all the department of TACK, a head office will be in the city. The finance director, the director of urban and rural development, culture, event, your head office will be in the city, and you will be responsible for your portfolio. The ambassadors, there will be ambassadors going around, open up franchisees where TACK is concerned. You're in London, all right? What are you consuming? What are your needs in London, in England? We have barbershops. We're not going to compete against our own. We will say we will franchise. You don't have the money to do it. TACK will do it, because we want our people to eat what we produce, and we must produce what we eat. We don't even know what we're eating. You see the amount of fake food coming into Africa, fake rice, fake fish, the things that you use on your skin, you don't even know how they are made. The pharmaceuticals, you don't even know what you're taking. It's time for us to take control of what we consume, what we wear. And so we will have our own brand of clothes, our own brand of cosmetics, our own brand of cars. Yes. We are no lesser than. This is where the vision begins. And it all begins from the city. It will be sufficient. As we go into agriculture, we will look at areas, because we're not going to be jumping all over. We will identify 1, 2, or 3 things, and we will do it well. Once we conquer the market with those 3, then we move to the next. And so if, for example, we say, all right, we're producing white potatoes, we're producing onion, we're producing carrot, we are producing eggs, chicken, whatever we decide, we will do it well. That we will control the markets. We will be competitive, and we will let our people know supporting TACK's brand is supporting yourself, supporting your future. Because within your community, as you support TACK, let's say in London, we should be able to erect universities and schools and medical facilities. You're supporting TACK, we must support you. And so when you go to a facility, we should be able to offer you 50% because you're supporting us. We should be able to sponsor. We should be able to give back in a tangible way. That's what we're talking about. The orphanages, the displaced children, we should be able to house, to build schools. And so as we open up franchise and business outside of the city, the remittance will come back to the city. We will have different area directors and managers to manage the global operation. But at the end of the day, the headquarters will control the global affairs of TACK. And we will support Tiashans to vie for the highest office in their country. Because at the end of the day, that is where decisions are made. And so we will financially support all these initiatives. Because at the end of the day, we are saying we are envisioning a united nation of Africa. It will not be done without money. It will not be done without money. And so we should be in a position that when the enemies begin to attack and fight, we can fight dollar for dollar. And we as a people, we should come to a point where we can say to our leaders, if it, a matter of fact, we don't even have to demand. We wouldn't even have to demand, because by being specific, we will break down the artificial barriers one by one. Just like what Bitcoin did and is doing. Cryptocurrency. Break it down one by one. You know. Doc, I'm actually in a live broadcast now. So if you join StreamYard, you will see that we are live. I'm sorry you. Yes, that's Dr. Newton there. And so we must begin to think big. What are your suggestions for the city? leader in national executive coordinators now, you need to pull your team together and say, what can we contribute? How can we be ambassadors for TACC's mission? What can we do to be a part of this global change in the era of cryptocurrency? What is it that we want to change, we want to see? What are some of the policies that we should embark on? And so we are now called upon to think outside the box. And of course, we will get to the comments section. Leaders, is there anything you want to comment before I move on?
Yes, if I
Yes,
may.
go on.
Right.
Yes, go on, Prosper.
Right. I've heard you, and there's so much. It seems like it's a telepathic transmitter. Before you come with this, I have been doing. Me and my team, we have been doing some great research in the UK here, and it seems like we are in Africa mentally right now because the amount of stuff that we find out, and we have not entered the continent yet. Now, when you're talking about business and you're talking about infrastructure, now we know, I've been doing so much research, and we were the people that our land has been taken away from us. And based on what I've seen now, our people are rising up right now because there's a documentary in South Africa in Parliament where they was asking for the land back. And one of the guys said, if you try to take the land without any compensation, it's going to be a civil war. And it's not just one place in Africa, the whole, it's ours. So we're coming to take the land back to do what we're supposed to do. I'm asking the question, why is Bill Gates invested into 700 hectares of land? America is selling out. The whole world is selling out. So it's time for us now, take the land back. Once we take the land back, then we can start grow sugar cane. Sugar, we create our own factories. We can sugars, so it can be traded all over Africa and all over the Caribbean. We can manufacture our own alcohol, rums and stuff like that from the sugarcane. So the sugarcane industry alone, they have made so much out of it. So time now for we to start going to manufacture. We'll have our own manufacturing, our own vehicle. Our own vehicle, all these things that we're buying, right? We can do that if we come and create. That will be, remember, Mr. Abundant, before we even go live the time, we said we're going to have TACK City. Remember, in one of our broadcasts, we said we're going to have a city that built, and all of us will be able to benefit. We'll have our own manufacturing plant. We don't need to hire from nobody. Our drinks manufacturing plant, our sugar, our own bakery distribution worldwide, over Africa, all over. So it's the dreams, the reality is coming together. And until we can start put something down now, it's closer and closer and closer. So that is the way how we're going to do it. Take the land, and from the land we will know what to do with it. That is the biggest city.
Yes, that's it. So I believe we are in what now? We are in September, October now. We're still in the rainy season here. But in a month or two, yes, I should be able to, announce exactly where we decide. And of course, where we are going to take, I know that everything cannot be done there. So there will be satellite operation outside of the city, especially where it's not every area grow the same things. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Certain areas are good with onions and
Yes.
tomatoes. Some others are good with yam and cassava and pineapple. But the whole idea is we will have enough land to accommodate who wants to come and live in the city. And as I said before, the city will be controlled by TACK, and the laws and that will govern that city will be implemented by us, the TACC,
Yes.
the policies.
Yes.
So when you are bringing a hotel, we will provide you with the engineers and we will provide you with the workers.
Yes.
And you have to partner with the city.
Yes.
We must benefit.
Yes.
And so from that city and our policy structure, we'll be able to support and sustain ourselves globally anywhere we are. We will create franchise around the world because not everybody will come to live in the city,
Yes.
but everybody can support our mission and the objective.
Yes.
When you're sick in America, in England, in the Caribbean, you should be able to come to the city
Yes.
to get state-of-the-art
Technology.
medical treatment. When anybody's sick in Africa, there's no reason for them to fly to Europe. We will solve that problem.
Yes.
You don't need to go to the West to be educated. We will have the best and the brightest there. Technology will be on the cutting edge. You don't need to import cars from America. Those days will be over. You will eat, you will drink, you will wear, you will ride, you will fly, TACK. That's it. And why are we doing this? Because that is it. Why is it important for us to support what we produce? Why is it important for we to support ourselves? Is to fight over 400 years of design poverty. Because it was designed. A group of people came together and they decided that they want to divide up the continent. And they did. And we're suffering up to today, the remnants. We're still suffering. And so we will be amplifying this vision more and more because there's so much to talk about that we can do when we come together. There will be so many opportunities. There will be so many people needed. Why you think China is self-sufficient today is because of the decision to manufacture. To manufacture. We don't manufacture anything here. We don't manufacture anything in the Caribbean. We import everything. And so we're building up another nation. It's time for us now to build ourselves. So as I said this morning, when you go to your stores, if we are exporting ketchup, if we're exporting juices, if we're exporting sodas, if we're exporting cosmetics,
yes,
you have no business to be buying anything
from
outside
China.
of your lane.
Yeah.
Because supporting TACK is supporting yourself. is supporting our financial freedom, is supporting your generation. Because at the end of the day, we have to look for our elders. They must be able to retire in dignity. There are too many of our elders that should be home with their grandchildren are watching buildings because they cannot retire. The system that told them, go to school, get a good education, come work for me. It is your gateway to financial freedom. It is a lie. It is a lie. A lot of our grandparents are still holding down 2 and 3 jobs in America. A lot of our grandfathers are in the cold, in the snow, watching building, while people are enjoying steak. You can't retire. It's not for lack of working hard. And so I will stop here because I don't want to go over an hour. Prosperous Prince, you were putting up your hand.
Yes, I heard you. That mission. If we follow the mission of, remember in America, the Black Wall Street, this mission should name TACK Wall Street. This mission should name TACK Wall Street. Because if we follow the principle by what they did in 1930s, right? It's all a winner. They don't go outside. They spend in the community. They have barbers. They have banks. They have everything in there. And that's why they envy them so much. That's why they have to wreck it, because we was getting so powerful in that country. So if we follow the same principle, the Black Wall Street, then we will know exactly where it's going to end. It's a win-win for all of us.
Yes, and it is good that you have, introduced a good idea that we can collectively, put on our thinking cap to coin a slogan around the whole diasporan city, taking back that which belongs to us.
Yes.
Because that's the principle here. All right, I want to thank Gasman there. We have suffered for long indeed. Love you, abundance. Thank you very much. We have Johnny the Bank. Greetings to our Admiral Chief and the entire community. Sir, Africa looks good on you for real. No, I will not suffer in the motherland.
Never.
And for those of you in the West that always been conditioned that Africa is the worst, it is not. It is not. And so, as I always say to the global community, I am not asking you to do anything that I have not done. I live in luxury in the Caribbean. I also live in luxury in Africa. We can all live in luxury. Luxury do not discriminate. But for you to live in luxury, it comes with a cost. It comes with a cost. And that is why we are here to create a foundation that anyone that enters the city should live in luxury. Should live in luxury. It is not a sin to live in luxury. It is a sin to live in poverty.
Complete sin, Chief.
Good evening, Abundance. Thanks for the great job you're doing. TACK is breaking grounds. The sky is our limit. Thank you very much. Blessing. Greetings to the Father Tiashan, our Honorable Chief, and Mr. Otium. Please, as you join the live, indicate your country. Thank you very much. So grateful to hear today. Good evening to everyone, most especially Refuse to Grow, the one and only Chief Abundance. Thank you very much. Let me scroll down very quickly. Cameroon. Thank you very much, Emmanuel from Cameroon. Our director there out of Ghana. Good evening to you all, Mr. Abundance, my boss. Happy to see you once again. This is Stephen. Yes, we know you, sir. Good evening, Mr. Abundance. Well done, all Tiashan. Julius, you're welcome. Mr. Alex, greetings. Happy to be a Tiashan. You're welcome. Good evening. Thank you very much there, Nathan. Thank you, Mr. Abundance, for all you do for the community, and may the infinite continue to guide you and give continuous strength. 2023, $1 million coin. I like that. This is powerful. I'm blessed to be a Tiashan, apostle. May I say to the community of Tiashans, if we want TACK to be $1 million, it can be $1 million for a coin. Whatever we come together in unity and be steadfast, we have examples in the future what unity can do. Unity can use as a force to destroy, and unity can use as a force for good. It has no discrimination about it. TACK is my wife. I live with. We appreciate you, sir. We appreciate you, sir. Greetings to the global community. That's our director over there of West Africa Affairs of Tiashan, and our global leader, Mr. Abundance, our future and our global youth ambassador, and our global youth ambassador. Thank you very much, Madam Blessing. Greetings. I am very happy to be a Tiashan. I'm from Ghana. You're welcome. If the disrespect meted out to Africans worldwide, we do not need TACK and need to build an economy base. If the disrespect meted out to Africans worldwide, we do need TACK and need to build an economy base. But the whole idea of the diaspora, Afro-Diasporan city, is for us to change what has been normalized on the continent, where we believe that foreign is better and white is best. We must not normalize poverty. We have normalized poverty and corruption for too long. We have normalized incompetency and tribalism for too long. It's time for us to rise above tribes, to rise above religion and politics for once. The time has come. You can go back to history. I don't need to tell you. And look at the past, look at your present. And if your past and your present is a sample of your future, then I don't need to convince you that you need to change lane. You need to change lane. You have tried it. Your grandparents have tried it. Your great-grandparents have tried it. And they all had the same result. They all came to the same conclusion. It's not working. Given the respect meted out, yes, I think we did that already. Greetings to the global community of TACK. I'm excited to see you live, Chief Abundant. Great to see you all on the panelists. We miss you live, your live sessions. You know, Abundance said to you that it will come a time when you will not see me. This is not a show. I am not here to you know, if I could do this unknown, because what I see with us, especially Afro-Caribbean people, we are boasters. We are arrogant set of people. I gave one contractor a $500 job. And when he walks in on the job, his staff tremble.
Why?
One time, I was told he came upstairs where I am now to look for me. And as he walked into the house, looking around, my princess happened to ask, "How can I help?" His answer was, "Do you know who I am?" No, he didn't know princess.
Yes.
How can I help? Do you know who I said $500 contract he's doing. He's not the engineer. And eventually I had to fire him off the job because he was not producing.
Yes. Yes.
That is who we are. We are boastful and empty of nothing. And we praise these people. Huh. You know, I was in Sierra Leone at one time, and one lady said, "Abundance, if the Sierra Leonean man was in your shoes, he will be walking on all of us." I said, "For what thing now? For what thing now?" They say you have so much humility. Where I live now, where I am building my tower, the African on the street says, "Sir, everybody on this street say that you are not proud. You are so humble. If it was an African that he was doing what you're doing now, he will not talk to us." I said, "For what thing now?" But that is Africa. You boast for nothing. We have to stop that level of arrogance for once. Madam Edie, Chief Abundance, 8A, happy 50. Okay. Thank you very much, Madam Edith.
Okay, she was trying to say happy to be here.
Oh, happy to be here. Okay. Crypto chemist from Antigua. Greetings. That's right. AG. The vision keeps Africa. No vision keeps Africa, and the African diaspora below are all other races. If you want evidence of vision, look at Dubai. No vision. At least we have an example as to what vision does. And so again, how do we move TACK and its vision to another level? It begins with a vision, able to see things that does not exist. That is it. The ability, the Chinese took a decision as Dubai, as Japan, as Singapore, as Hong Kong. They took a decision. They visualized for the country and they stood. The Jews they have an economic policy that their money must circulate within their community several times before they can even go out. We are more than they. I said everything that we need will be in that city. We will be flying direct flights from the Caribbean into the city. We will be shipping goods directly from Africa to the Caribbean. And that is why our directors and our regional directors and our national executive directors and our different offices. And by the way, all the position that TACK will have in the different region and country will be paid from the diasporan city. You will be paid from the city. So you don't have to be worrying about finding a job. You will have the thing is you will have 24 hours freedom to position yourself. It is no joke. This is not a plaything. Somebody has a thanks for sharing inspiration from the Most High. Thank you very much, Madam Edith. I think she has been hospitalized for some while. Blessing to all, excellent work, abundance to all Tiashan whom have continued to steer the course. Let us continue to be meaningful, specific. And so we want to thank you again there. Greetings to the global community of Tiashans. We want to thank you, Apostle here. I want to thank Francis of Ghana for bringing me into the TACK. Thank you very much, Apostle. Land is available right now in Cameroon. Have mercy. We have lands in Cameroon. No matter what have ever happened, Tiashan, we all will be motivated by Mr. Abundance Daily Audio. Thank you very much. A lot of us do not. A lot of us do not, Mr. But in fact, a lot of us are running from the heritage, claiming everything but what we are, and which is true. But it's because of poverty. Poverty will let you disown who you are and what you are. We're even turning ourselves white.
Exactly,
Thank you
Chief.
very much, Mr. Jacob. We don't even want to identify with our own color. Thank you very much, Justin. Greetings to you there out of Nigeria. I'm happy to live with abundance. You're welcome to the moon. All right, so we're going to wind up today's broadcast. And so we want to thank everybody. I will continue to elucidate the vision of TACK, because at the end of the day, not everyone will have an opportunity. Not everyone has internet. Somebody say don't talk too much. But you know what? The enemies will come, and it will not be another but our own people. Our greatest opposition will come from within. It will not come from without. And so, as I said, nothing surprises Mr. Abundance. So James, our ambassador there, thank you very much. Our First Lady from the UK, thank you very much. Mr. Wonder from Ghana, thank you very much. You are welcome. Mr. Wari, I think he's out of Uganda. You're welcome. The good thing about StreamYard is that you can always Odin. I never realized that there's so many people comments are still here. But greetings to you all, beloved. I'm in agreement with all. My suggestion is for TACK in the future, again, to have 2 to 3 cities in different countries to decentralize our operation. Thank you very much. That's a very good suggestion. This vision is big until the eyes of mine are drunken by it. If the vision does not scare you, the whole idea of TACK's vision is to bring the abundance coin to global recognition and to be the crypto for the globe. Because once we are the one that decide the coins, we are the one that decide where the world goes. If we come in one voice and say in every country we're in, a matter of fact, we wouldn't even have to say it. By our actions, they will see. One love, my brothers and sisters, of abundance, and my beloved Otium. TACK is a finished coin from the mighty. It is just for us to carry out and to complete the mission. Thank you very much. All right, we're winding down. We just want everybody thing to show. Thank you very much, Kofi. The abundance update has caused many Tiashans to look for the password, but most people lost their password. You know, Mr. Abundance update. I like that. Has caused many Tiashans to be looking for the password. You spoke my mind immediately. I heard this. My went directly to my password and backup. Good rising, Mr. Abundance from UK. Thank you very much, the event from London. So thank you very much, Redemption. Please up Prosperous Prince with my name like that. You know where in the right community. Love, brother. Uganda, yes. Thank you very much. Stop human trafficking there. Crypto chemist is liking TACK Wall Street. That is your suggestion there, Prince. TACK Wall Street. And so I think for next week I will try here next week. And so next Sunday, you know, I think Prosperous Prince have given an idea that we should brand that movement so that we all speak in one voice, you know, a good branding, a good slogan. Thank you very much there. TACK is going uphill. Good evening to the panelists from Togo. Thank you very much, our leader there. From Ghana, great community. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is our dream. Mr. Abundant, this update makes people I preach about TACK calling me to purchase TACK coin now. Big movement is still going on. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The Jews, that is it. Thank you very much. Everywhere. Thank you very much. Blessing to the community of Tiashan. Thank you very much. All right. And so, my leader, please round up a couple seconds.
If I may come in.
Yes, please.
Well, Mr. Abundance, I have so much to speak about the Friday audio. When you release it, it was awesome. And I remember I spoke with Prosperous Prince and our training director,
Blessing.
Mr. Blessing Aliu, a year and a half ago, about what you just spoke on that Friday audio. My body was shaking when when you released that audio, and things that I have done from then when I start. In fact, 1 year and a half ago, things that I have started doing was to purchase lands in Cameroon. And up to now, I have already arrived a portion of about 20 hectares. But my goal
Wow.
is to reach the 120 hectares
Wow.
because I am wishing to host one of the event that will take
Yes.
place in Cameroon. I am wishing to
Yes.
host that in Cameroon.
Of
So,
course. Yes.
um, thinking about building even an airport that can receive, I mean, some a jet, not a big plane, but at least a jet.
Hmm. Of
Private jet
course.
trip.
Well, even today, when I'm still reminding those things 1 year ago, 1 year and a half ago, I can't stand it. But the audio of Friday really stir me up, and I called Mr. Blessing Aliu. I was so excited that this is it. This is it. And I remember also telling some few Tiashen that it seems like Mr. Abundance and I, we are synchronized in this vision because the first time I embraced this vision, I caught it from the roots, and it keep every audio that you are releasing speak exactly what I have. I will cut short here because we don't have much time.
Yes. Yes.
What I can advise one or two person is to think to invest in educating yourself in this industry,
Yes.
because what is going to happen from now to 2025 will rather leave you where you are today or even lesser than where you are today. And what will happen then? You can even invest in your children by sending them to study this technology, study cryptography, study all those this new technology at home. I have sent some few students, some youths around Cameroon to study this technology. I have paid for their school fee, so they are still learning. So what talking about agriculture, poultry, uh, farm fishing, all
Yes.
those things. I have sent students in each of
That's it.
them to study, because when the time comes, they should not be surprised that we are hosting something big like this. Where are we going to have fish? Where are we going to have uh, um, chicken, and so on and so forth? So I am prepared. I have been preparing myself from day one when I came into TAC, and I believe one day it is going to happen, and it will just be joyful and exciting. So I will just stop here for now because
You're
my
welcome. Thank you.
yeah, I'm so excited, as you can notice. Thank you very much, Mr. Abundance, and leaders. Thank you for being there also, because exchanging with you also helped to strengthen our faith in this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Your last word
Thank
there,
you.
Dr. Prince.
Yes, yes, I can confirm. Yes, it was 1 year ago. And four, we talk about all these things that we vision, and and I know one day we will see it happen in front of our eyes, because everything that conceive in the mind, it conceive in the eyes. So we have to think big, dream big. And as I said, the mission, I mean, I've been waiting on this to be discussed. And, it's going to be big for us. Like I said, our own manufacturing plant will have our own airstrip. You understand me? Stuff like that we will have. I mean, I see even this morning on a documentary, a farmer in Namibia have got over how much hectares of land, where the
Yes.
landowner have been going back to them to say, what you inherit is illegal.
Sure.
Can you
Yes.
give up some of that land? And he was like, I need it for this. No, but we need this land because your father, he said, who bought the land? He was given to him by his father, and his grandfather bought the land in 1952. Right? So 1952, we know, is when the Queen was in power
Yes.
in that
Yes.
country,
Yes.
right? The king died, and it became the Queen while she was in Kenya, robbing and raping and stealing. You don't know the level of tension in America
Yes.
and the UK today. My black people are rising up to say, we don't give a damn if the Queen died.
Yes.
What about how people that died? So this is where we are going. People are opening up their eyes now, and we can feel the tension right now from all over. And to see, when they see the list, the Queen is the head of state for so much countries you own. She has today, Mr. Bondon, over $17.5 trillion pound. She owned 34
Can you
billion.
imagine?
Where did
And
it
we
come
can't even
from?
drink, and we
Where did
can't
it
even
come
drink
from?
clean water in Africa.
Right.
Yeah? We can't even drink clean water.
And these people are so cruel that they have 1 week what a funeral. 1 week what a funeral. Everything stopped while they bury the Queen. And guess what? The Queen was not even in the casket. It was a 4-piece of board and a sheet over it. They have already burned her because they're not spending any money to bury this Queen. Right? It
Have
was
mercy.
thrown in the box. Everybody pushing up. No, the Queen was not there. She already get rid of already. These people are so wicked and cruel. And you spend how much millions?
Okay.
How
All
much
right.
millions?
All right, Prosperous Prince. I know
We'll get on
there's
with
no
what?
we need to have a special one on the
Yes.
Queen and the
Let's get
Commonwealth. The Queen,
let's
we
get
need to
on
have
the bill.
one, the Queen role and position in Africa.
Yes. As a
Yes,
matter
yes.
of fact,
Yes,
Let's
yes,
rise up our
Ambassador.
kings and queens in Africa,
Yes,
and we will appreciate
Ambassador.
them.
Thank you very much. Ambassador, what's
Yes.
your last word?
yes, mine is just a reminder. Quickly, I always remind the community that we are choosing generation, and this is the best time to be alive, and also one of the worst times to be alive, depending on where your frequency and vibration is. If you are vibrating low, you continue going low. If you are vibrating high and adding value to humanity, like we are doing in TACK, you are going to vibrate higher. So everything that we see around us was created by a fellow human being like us. One
Yes.
head, two hands, two legs. The same thing would replicate in TAP. We can do this, right? We can do. They have been doing this. They made us believe that our history started 6,000 years ago. No, Africans have been ruling this planet for millions and thousands of years ago. When you get to know these things, it blows your mind because it gives you confidence that they have done this, and if they can do it, and if they will do it, we can also do it. Thank you very much.
Okay. And with closing now, I will quote Wendell Holmes Jr. A mind that is stretched with a new idea can never return to its original dimension. Our minds intact have been stretched with abundance, with the Afro-Diasporan city, and what unity of purpose will be able for us to achieve. Those things that we are accustomed to say made in China will be rebranded, made in Africa, manufactured by TACK, produced by TACK in Africa. And we need again to produce what we eat and to eat what we produce, to wear, to ride what we produce, because that is where the strength is. Because except we become financially independent as a people, no one will respect us. And so I want to thank all of you, thank the audience, Mr. N4, Ambassador, Director of European Affairs, Prosperous Prince, Director of French Affairs, Mr. N4, and of course our Global Youth Ambassador. It is a pleasure. This is Chief Abundance saying goodbye until next week.